Hey, sis in the gray right here. Come chop it up with us. You got a little time? I see you chilling and all that. You hear us teaching? All right, I got a question for you. Why did we go into slavery? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Our knowledge.
Our knowledge. We're going to show you our slavery, our history is all prophesied and recorded in the Bible. Give me that.
I was thinking they had
the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Because you said knowledge, right? That is true. We were destroyed of that. That's why we went into slavery. We didn't care to keep God's law.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Knowledge. That's the same thing you said, right, sis? Let's see what that knowledge is, sis.
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips shall keep knowledge.
So our pastors, they should be keeping the knowledge. They should be teaching this knowledge to our people, correct? All right, read.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
The what?
The law at his mouth.
The what?
The law at his mouth.
So we understand that what? That the knowledge of God are his laws. And that's what we were just going into. The Sabbath day, that's one of God's commandments. Women not wearing pants, that's one of God's commandments. Women are supposed to be wearing dresses. You understand? For us being lack and destroyed of God's laws, that's the reason why we are destroyed as a people. Go back to Hosea 4. Finish that out for me. All right, get that.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
It says because we have rejected knowledge. We just found out the knowledge. What is that again, sis? What is God's knowledge? We just read it. You don't remember? Right, go back to it. Go back to it. We're going to give it to him. All right? We understand that we're going to find out what God's knowledge is. All right? Give me that one more time.
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
So what is God's knowledge? His laws. That's right. All right, now go back to Hosea 4. All right?
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee.
Because we rejected to keep his laws, the Most High has rejected us. And you can see it today in what we go through as a people today. What we do, we still get shot down in the streets. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters, they're getting separated from their kids at the border. That's not just before the eyes of God, all right? Read.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
It says because we forgot God's laws, God is going to forget us as a people now. And that's what you see today. We are forgotten. You see, we on the north side of Tulsa. Mainly our people live in these communities. Anywhere you go in America, across the world, you see our people always living in what? They call it the ghetto, the trap. You understand what I'm saying? That's a curse poured upon our people. All right, give me back, Deuteronomy 28. We're going to explain why this happened, all right? Read on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
It says it shall come to pass, meaning it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
We understood earlier what? That God's voice is this Bible. If we do not hearken unto his voice, is this Bible. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
There you go again, edifying us to what? Understand that we must keep the commandments. If we don't do these commandments, what's going to happen?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses are going to come upon us and overtake us. And I ask you, did you understand, know that slavery was in the Bible? We're going to show you real quick, all right? We're going to show you our slavery, us getting over here on slave ships is actually prophesied in the Bible. Jump to 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Egypt again. Egypt again. We understood that earlier. Egypt is another word for bondage. What would you say another word for bondage be, sis?
My mind is going. You got my mind going.
All praise. You're saying another word for bondage. Slavery, right? So we understand. Give me that. Go ahead and read Exodus 20. We're going to explain what Egypt means, okay?
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So the Lord used Moses to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. And he says right there, it says out of the house of bondage. We understand that bondage is what? Another term for slavery. Go back to Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. So now we went into slave bondage. Egypt is another word for bondage, meaning slavery again with ships. When did that happen to us?
Centuries and billions ago.
Us, as you said, for being destroyed of a lack of knowledge. We don't understand, we don't have the laws of God in our mind. And even in this day, we are still in captivity. We still suffer those curses today. Even though you did say that particular part of our history did happen centuries ago, today we are still getting shot down in the streets. We still the first fire, last hire. We still suffer those things today. Give me that.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
The scriptures say that we are yet this day still in our captivity. We are still getting persecuted as a people. We are still under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. That's because we have lacked to keep God's laws. All right. So give me a 1 Kings. All right. No, give me Deuteronomy 28. All right, sis. So what would you identify yourself as?
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna break it down. When I say native, y'all, everybody's like, well, Indian, native, and I'm just using the term native so everybody can understand. So I'm just using it to break it down in the elements. But even if Africa, if you want to say Africa, that's still native. That's still native land. Africa is still native land.
Saying, what would you classify yourself? Say you had to, on the driver's license, what would you identify yourself as?
Well, what they consider me as is black.
We call ourselves what? African Americans, blacks, Afro Americans. You understand? Color. But our nationality changes every 10 years, every decade. But God calls us children of Israel from the tribe of Judah. All right, read that.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
A byword. That you calling yourself black or them calling you black, that's you identifying to that byword, right? Do you know another prominent man in the Bible that was from the tribe of Judah? Say no. Another prominent man in the Bible that's from the tribe of Judah. That's what we're gonna get to you, because we've been told and we've been taught lies. All right, we've been told and taught that we weren't nothing. We just niggas, our women are hoes, all of that. This is something that we must come back to. If we understood this, we wouldn't shoot our brothers down in the street. If we understood this Bible, that we are a special group of people, we would have more of a sense of pride about ourselves. You understand? That's what we coming back to in God's laws. Give me that.
Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Says it is evident that our Lord, the Jesus Christ, he sprang out of Judah as well.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.